media In what way does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? When starting this topic, I had heard of film noirs, but was not confident on them and had never actually seen them. So in our lessons, we started from the beginning with the history of film noirs, and then went on to watch 4 of these films in the lessons. They were Double Indemnity, Brick, LA Confidential and The Big Sleep. Watching these films really helped in the beginning stages. It really gave me an insight to what film noir actually was and how it worked. This gave me and my group the opportunity to use, develop and challenge the forms and conventions of real film noirs. We started this by setting our film in the 1950s, which is when the film noir period was. A huge convention of film noir is the fact that it is in black and white. As a group, we also choose to put our film in black and white, so it gave the proper effect of a film noir. Also, it worked a lot better than it did in colour. This was us using the convention of film noir. We learnt in our lessons and through our own internet and film research about the conventions included in the films. We have come up with a dark storyline including murder and affairs, which is developing the typical plotline of a film noir. Also, we wanted to include the stereotypical characters. We have used the main male and femme fatale idea from film noirs. However, we have challenged the conventions by having another woman in the end who, in fact, actually turns out to be the femme fatale when no one would have expected it. We did this to make the story more interesting and give it a slightly modern twist, challenging the conventions. Venetian blinds play a huge role in many of the film noirs, so we wanted to make sure that we included these. We chose to do this near the end, bringing suspense to the big ending. The blinds create striking shadows and a closed-in effect on our 2 characters, Nancy and Martha. The blind shows them now caught up in this and they cannot get out of this trouble that they have got themselves into. When it comes to camera shots and camera angles, we have tried to include many different ones. In a film noir, you would see canted angles and distorted pictures, so we have taken this and used the low, slightly tilted angle, developing it from the original canted angle. This is seen when Nancy visits Martha. When it comes to costumes, film noir is set in the 1940s to 50s, so we wanted to take this into consideration. They would wear structured blazers, long skirts and shirts for the women, and a suit and a hat for the man. We really tried to use this convention and have used costumes that we, as a group, felt would match our characters in the time period. One main costume that was used was for the women, which was fur coats. This to us showed glamour and elegance with a touch of power for the women. We have challenged the conventions of our film noir as many are American and set in built-up urban streets and settings. We have stuck with the English accent as we didn't want it to look fake and we wanted to show a different side to a film noir. Also, our locations are rarely anywhere but the office and the houses, yet in some there is a built-up housing area. This shows the film noir conventions of the urban settings.